In 2008, a single trader secretly built positions worth 50 billion euros. Inside one of Europe's largest banks, not 50 million, not 5 billion, 50 billion, and when those positions collapsed, they triggered one of the biggest trading losses in history at a time when global markets were already unstable. This hidden risk exploded into a financial disaster, a crisis inside a crisis. This is the story of Société Générale and the trader who shook the banking world, Jérôme Kerviel. Société Générale was one of France's most respected financial institutions, a global bank trusted, established, powerful, a symbol of financial discipline. And deep inside its trading operations worked a relatively unknown employee, Jérôme Kerviel. He wasn't a star trader. He wasn't a high-profile executive. He didn't come from elite circles. He was a junior trader, quiet, technical, disciplined, and deeply familiar with the bank's internal systems. That detail would change everything. Before becoming a trader, Kerviel worked in the middle office, a place most traders avoid, but one that sees everything. He learned how trades were recorded, how limits were monitored, how risk controls were applied, how alerts were triggered, and more importantly, how those systems could be bypassed. At first, his trades were small, controlled, within limits, routine, unnoticed, but then something shifted. He began taking larger positions. Not random bets, calculated ones, directional trades on market movements. He believed he understood the market, that he could predict it, control it. And for a while, he was right. Profits came in, strong ones, superiors were impressed, trust increased, freedom expanded, but behind the success, there was a secret. Kerviel was exceeding his limits, massively, and instead of reporting it, he hid it. He created fake transactions, false hedging positions, offsetting trades that didn't exist. On the system, everything looked balanced, neutral, low risk, but in reality, the exposure was enormous and growing. Each successful trade reinforced his confidence. Each hidden loss forced him to take bigger risks, because once you start hiding losses, you don't stop. You double down. You chase recovery. And that's exactly what happened as his bets grew. So did the danger, and because he understood the system so well, he stayed invisible for months. No one noticed, no alarms, no intervention, no accountability. The positions grew larger, more aggressive, more fragile, until eventually they reached an unimaginable scale, around 50 billion euros in unauthorized trades, a number so large it exceeded the bank's entire market value. And still, the system didn't stop him, because the controls were being manipulated from within. And that is what made it so dangerous. This wasn't an external attack. It wasn't hacking. It was someone inside the system rewriting reality. Then came the turning point. In early 2008, global markets turned volatile. The financial crisis was beginning to unfold. Uncertainty increased, movements became unpredictable, and Kerviel's positions started collapsing. Losses began to appear. In this time, they couldn't be hidden. The numbers became too large, too inconsistent, too visible. Internal systems flagged irregularities. Transactions didn't align. Hedges didn't match. Records didn't make sense. The illusion began to crack. Investigators stepped in, and what they uncovered was staggering. Massive unauthorized exposure, fake trades, fabricated hedging strategies, an entire shadow system running inside the bank. The truth was out, and the bank had a crisis on its hands. To prevent further damage, Société Générale had to act fast. They began unwinding the positions, selling assets, closing trades, reducing exposure, but the market was against them. Every move pushed prices further. Every sale increased losses. And the faster they tried to fix it, the worse it became by the time it was over. The damage reached 4.9 billion euros, one of the largest trading losses ever recorded. The impact was immediate. Markets reacted sharply. Confidence dropped. The bank's reputation suffered. And the world asked one question: how could this happen? How could one trader control risk of this magnitude? Without detection, Jérôme Kerviel was arrested, charged, and later convicted. But the deeper story was not just about him. It was about the system, because systems are designed to prevent this. And yet, this system failed. Was it complexity? Too many layers? Hiding the truth? Or was it complacency? Too much trust? Not enough verification. Because in large institutions, success often hides warning signs. Small irregularities get ignored. Minor inconsistencies get explained away until they become impossible to ignore. The Kerviel case forced a global shift. Banks restructured controls, separated responsibilities, strengthened oversight, implemented real-time monitoring. Because the lesson was clear, complex systems don't eliminate risk, they can hide it, and when risk is hidden, it grows quietly, silently, until it becomes uncontrollable. Today, the story still feels familiar, from rogue trading incidents to financial crises to hidden exposures inside global institutions. The pattern repeats. One individual, unchecked authority, a system that reacts too late until everything collapses. So what do you think? Was Jérôme Kerviel a rogue trader acting alone? Or a product of a system that allowed risk to grow unnoticed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because in finance, control is everything, and when control fails, even one person can move billions, and sometimes that's all it takes to bring down trust, because the biggest financial risks are not always visible. They are hidden inside the systems we trust the most. For more such knowledge, subscribe and hit the bell icon.